ever feel like you're chasing your tail? This is an idiom that paints a picture of a dog endlessly chasing its own tail, signifying futile or unproductive activity. It's a vivid way of expressing the frustration of working hard but not getting anywhere. Next up, running around in circles. Again, it's about being busy but not accomplishing anything significant. The image is one of constant motion without any progress, like a hamster on a wheel. Ever found yourself going down a rabbit hole? This phrase, inspired by Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, represents getting lost or distracted in irrelevant or tangential details. It's a perfect description for those times when you start researching something and end up hours later in a completely unrelated place. What about fighting a losing battle? This phrase speaks to struggling against odds that almost certainly lead to failure. It's a bit like trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. If you've ever felt like you're doing a Sisyphusian task, you're referring to the Greek myth of Sisyphus, who was doomed to roll a boulder uphill only for it to roll back down. It's a powerful metaphor for a task that is never-ending and ultimately fruitless. Ever felt like you were talking to a brick wall? This phrase describes the frustration of trying to communicate with someone who is unresponsive or unwilling to listen. Then there's beating your head against a wall, another vivid phrase for a futile effort or action that leads to frustration. It's a bit like trying to teach a pig to sing. It wastes your time and annoys the pig. Knocking on a locked door signifies seeking entry or assistance where it is unavailable or unattainable. It's like trying to get water from a stone, a pointless endeavor. Ever feel like you're swimming upstream? This phrase captures the difficulty of facing resistance or difficulty in pursuing a goal, like a fish struggling against the current. The phrase spinning your wheels conveys the idea of exerting effort without making progress or achieving results. It's like trying to run in a dream. You're making all the motions but getting nowhere. Building castles in the air is a phrase that describes creating elaborate plans or dreams that are unlikely to come to fruition. It's a whimsical way of saying that you're getting ahead of yourself. The phrase, looking for a needle in a haystack, is a classic. It captures the difficulty of searching for something nearly impossible to find amidst a vast amount of clutter or information. Whistling past the graveyard is an idiom that signifies attempting to remain optimistic or cheerful in the face of danger or uncertainty. It's a bit like laughing in the face of danger. Running on empty is a phrase that describes the act of continuing to operate or function despite lacking necessary resources or energy. The idiom playing a game of chance refers to engaging in risky behavior or relying on luck rather than a solid strategy. Crying over spilled milk is another classic idiom that expresses regret or frustration over something that cannot be undone or changed. It's a gentle reminder that what's done is done. The phrase pissing into the wind is a rather crude idiom that signifies engaging in a futile or pointless endeavor, often resulting in negative consequences. Putting lipstick on a pig. This idiom is a colorful way of saying that you're trying to make something unattractive or unappealing look better than it actually is. Kicking the can down the road is an idiom that means avoiding dealing with a problem or issue, often by postponing action to a later time. Ever been accused of making a mountain out of a molehill? This phrase is all about exaggerating the significance or seriousness of a minor issue or problem. So next time you're feeling stuck or frustrated, remember these phrases. They remind us that sometimes it's wise to stop, reassess, and ensure we're not just barking up the wrong tree.